On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be covering week 4 of 4 on worker safety. So stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. On today's episode, we're going to be covering week 4 of 4 for worker safety, and that is going to be the topic of managing stress and weather. We have 4 tips to get you started, and here's number 1. The very first thing is going to be, there is a plethora of things that can actually get you, but recognizing and managing stress for 3 particular situations are going to be a big help in this particular category. One is going to be high and low temps. The other one is going to be the physical labor of working in a warehouse, a factory, or just any facility. And then the last thing is going to be deadlines. Deadlines are always stressful, and we want to make sure that we help you out with that. The next thing is going to be making sure that you are providing an outlet for that stress. That can be something like taking breaks. It can be providing someone to talk to. It can be some sort of a group that gets together before or after a shift, or maybe on break. It could be a myriad of things, but just make sure that you have an outlet for that stress. Number 2 is going to be adapting to weather. That is going to be things like just making sure that if it's hot, you try to do things that are in a cooler area. If it's cold, you do things in a warmer area. And of course, we realize these are only if applicable and available. The third thing is going to be operational changes for weather. And again, it's going to be the same exact thing that we just talked about in other ways, which is going to be if it's particularly hot, maybe you run the air conditioning. If it's in the middle, you open windows if at all possible. If it's super cold, you have the heat on, so that you're always going through and providing the best possible scenario for whatever the situation is. And the last one is something that we actually covered in this 4-week series, but that is making sure that you review and adjust clothing. So if applicable. If you can't do this, then we understand, but if you can wear cool clothing and breathable clothing when it's warm, that's great. And if you can wear warm stuff when it's cold, even better. So just making sure that your people are comfortable, that they have an outlet to talk about the stress, and that they are just as ergonomically clothing wise and emotionally as protected as they possibly can. So by doing that, you're going to have a safer and more efficient workplace, and that's exactly what we want, because at the end of the day, going home safe is priority number 1. So we really appreciate you being around for this 4-part series. We'll be bringing you another great one in September, and until we talk, have a great day, stay safe, and here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line Floor Tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic. And backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line Floor Tape, the only durable stripe.